Sonic Boom, originally the name of a Sonic CD musical number, and now a giant ball of Sonic stuff. Sonic Boom is a series that's been a bit messy, to say the least. First you have the Wii U game, Rise of Lyric, which some people say was worse than Sonic 06.
That's possible!
But hey, some people also say that Sonic Adventure 2 is overrated, and that's bull.
That's bull!
Then there was the Sonic Boom TV show, which I obviously had a lot to say about considering I made a Let's Watch and review on pretty much every single one of the 52 episodes. I mean, if that doesn't give you the impression that I had a lot to say on the show, then here, take my subscribers.
Here, check my pants! No.
Because apparently my entire career has been in vain. Personally, I love the TV series, despite its very many issues. It did well in terms of viewers, but most people thought it was just fine overall. Nothing too special. And lastly, in the Sonic Boom mumbo-jumbo of Sonic stuff, you had the Sonic Boom comics. They were perfect. I loved them. I'm biased towards Sonic Boom, so do take my opinion as fact. And then, lastly, again, in the mumbo-jumbo of Sonic Boom stuff, you have Sonic Boom Season 2, which is just now beginning to air, and if you're wondering why I said lastly again for both of these last two things I've talked about, it's because this one's pretty much in the same category as Season 1, but it's the end of this list, so I have mental issues. Sonic Boom Season 2 has started, and the masses have voiced their opinion that I must voice my opinion. The masses being me and a few people on Twitter. So Sonic Boom Season 2 has officially started, and does it feel like it did so many months ago with Season 1? Well, considering it has pretty much no advertising whatsoever, and we have pretty much no schedule on when each episode is going to be released, yeah, pretty much.
Feels pretty different to me.
To be fair, that's probably because you didn't exist then.
Yeah, it is.
In many different videos, I spoke about how this show could improve for Season 2. Heck, I even made a half-hour video on the topic, and despite being a video made by old Peter with a bad microphone Peter, it remains a great example of my opinion on the series. Things like visuals, characters, personalities, and originality are all things that I hope to see improved in Season 2, but does it succeed? I don't know, there's only one episode out. You can't expect that much from me. But does this episode specifically raise the bar and show any sign of improvement? Behold, the answer! Let's dive into Sonic Boom, episode 53, Tommy Thunder Method Actor. Sounds like an 80s cartoon name. And the intro is still underwhelming and pointless. I would make a joke about my life being underwhelming and pointless, but I'm a YouTuber, that kinda goes without saying. Now once the episode starts, you can see actual graphic improvement. Where did that come from? I mean, I know I complained about it, and that it should be one of the biggest things that they should fix, but why would they listen to me? Either way, the lighting is solid, the characters look more animated and saturated, and okay, we're off to a good start.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a cheaply made nuke.
So the episode starts with the entire unnamed village of stereotypes gathering to see another stereotype named Tommy Thunder, a supposed big-time movie star who coincidentally has the same name as most Sonic fan characters that I've come across.
Patron saint of kick buttery. But
After only about 3 minutes, you'll notice that the humor, which was one of the things that Sonic Boom Season 1 did really well, is pretty much unchanged. Knuckles is still making clever dumb jokes and wordplays, the villagers are still shallow and ignorant, Sonic still seems to be above most of it despite him being pretty cocky, and Amy still falls for every side character who won't have a main role in any other future episodes. So it's all good.
Only a slack-jawed Rube would be charmed by that guy.
So, of course, as Sonic and friends have nothing to do in life besides visiting a celebrity who lives in the same darn town as them and is actually commonly seen walking around, so I'm not sure why this is even a big deal, they do that.
could Tommy follow you around for a few days?
I don't know, you're kind of...
An egomaniac?
Right.
The heck, dude.
A Sonic Boom villager just acknowledged his or her stupidity.
So?
My life is now complete, including this video.
Why are you awkwardly laying on the back of a chair?
This is what I always do when I'm not making videos.
It's not. You're trying to be comedic.
Is it working?
No.
So Tommy Rami, your mommy, wants to join Sonic's gang of vigilantes so he can better mimic the role in movies. But Sonic says,
There's no room for you in the universe!
because... I actually don't know. He doesn't like Timmy for his ego, but I guess that would also imply that Sonic doesn't like himself because of his ego. But an ego would imply liking yourself too much, so... Sonic Boom is a deep, complicated show, so I wouldn't question it. Eventually, they let Timbo join them, and since everyone in the village has milkshakes for brains, they believe that Mommy is now a hero to become the famous still, because he was already famous. He also calls out Eggman because he's a Sonic Boom villager, and of course he requires help from a salty Sonic.
Mommy!
Wait, I thought the tiger's name was Mommy.
My name's not really Tommy Thunder either. It's Erwin Fertilmeister!
So of course Sonic saves Urban Turtle Duster from Doctor Needs More Screen Time, and since the episode is almost over, now the villagers must see that Sonic is the real hero, and once again he will be the popular one, and his ego will be restored so he can continue being more cocky, but at least justice is served, right? That would all make sense for Season 1. But did you just assume that Season 2 would be the same? Instead, Sonic destroys the laws of physics and actually makes a move that develops his character and makes him more likable. He gives Pharaoh Girdlecluster credit for literally no reason besides self-improvement.
Tommy was great.
Do I have permission for my life to be complete now?
You have issues.
Yes, this episode ends with a good message, not like in the past where they would set one up last minute in a way that messes up the characters' personalities. No, Sonic Boom, at least for this episode, has really improved. Yes, I always picked on this show for its plots, its characters, its animation, but I always liked it a lot, and I've said so in the past. The biggest reason is because it's really funny. Sure, it's inconsistent, but it's a comedy, and it does that part very well. I always look forward to watching it, and very rarely do not enjoy an episode. That all being said, I would have been fine if Season 2 stayed the same despite all the things that I wanted Sonic Boom to be, but it seems like they're actually really changing. A show that I always thought lacked an amount of effort by its creators is actually proving me wrong, and I'm really happy about that. This episode did improve most of the things that I complained about in the past. The animation is really saturated and lively, the jokes are just as funny as ever, but sometimes with some better pacing. The characters are pretty much the same, but the plot didn't put anyone in a position they didn't belong in, and we saw some development and actually a good message. I know that sounds stupid, considering it's a Sonic cartoon, and a Sonic cartoon having a good message is an improvement? That's kind of ridiculous sounding. But Season 1 tried to do that all the time, having morals, and it really didn't often succeed. So if they're gonna try it, it really is a good thing that it works. Overall, I was less annoyed, more entertained, and laughed just as much as ever. And if Season 2 is anything like this first episode foreshadows, then Sonic Boom is gonna be in pretty darn good shape.
Did you say Shadow?
I said foreshadows.
As in Shadow is going to return in Season 2?
I said foreshadows.
As in the guy who wanted to kill Sonic for his carpentry skills?
I said foreshadows.
As in Sonic Boom could be back to its old tricks?
I said foreshadows.
As in Shadow is in for a cameo?
I said foreshadows.
Will there be 4 Shadows in Season 2?
Stop!
I can't believe we're about to meet my mommy.
Mommies are great.
Great. Maybe you can be mommies someday too.
Yay!
We're here with Unhuman Butter. Yes, sir. Butter.
He's not a butt. He's an act.
And not to alarm everyone, but, Eggman's and woman...
Knock, knock. I have to say that because you're pathetic, actually.
What do you want, Tommy? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to dispose of my head. Ugh, it's frustrating to be so...
Well, sus!
You know, some people don't get the stoic. And now Tommy's ready to date people in space.
I think he's talking about me.
And of course...
Hey, you can look at the water or brave the rapids.
Egomaniac. And you.
Alright peoples, next up on this channel, stay tuned as we're continuing our analysis of various online fandoms, and yes, we're doing bronies now. I know. It has been a long time coming, and no, I'm not necessarily looking forward to discussing such a controversial and very multi-sided topic, but anyway, stay tuned to this channel for that, coming very soon. And if you like this music, do not forget to check out DJ BassFox28, who made it. He's got this and tons of other great remixes and original music on his channel, and you can find it in the link in the description. I highly suggest that you do. Lastly, don't forget to check out my Twitter, which is also in the description, where I post a lot of updates on upcoming videos. These videos take a very long time to make, and so I like to keep you guys updated on when they're gonna get done and stuff like that. So if you're ever wondering, go ahead and check that page out. Thanks a ton for watching this video, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.
Good. Great.